What's up, YouTube? My name is NT Squared, and welcome to part 2 of this, analysis video that I'm doing. Last episode, we talked about all the Pokemon that came into the Alola region, and all the Alola region Pokemon, and all the newly discovered Pokemon. If you haven't checked out that episode, definitely go check it out. It's really great and really hyped. Obviously, we're on to part 2, but make sure you smash the like button down below, because this is probably the most hyped thing that I'll be talking about till August 12th, to where the next Pokemon information is released. Remember that August 12th, same time, I will be waking up at 6 a.m. every damn time to watch these new things come out. So let's get on right into it. As you can see on the screen right here, we have on the service of ride Pokemon. Now, 6th gen, we were able to ride a total of 3 or 2 Pokemon. We were able to ride the Mammal Swine, and we also were able to ride the Rhyhorn. Oh, also, I guess 4, we were able to ride the what's it called? Groudon and Kyogre, and also a Lapras. But that Lapras really wasn't a big thing. It was more like instead of having this little bubble below you, we're just gonna have you ride on Lapras. But let's go right into this. As you can see in the first slide, we have a Tauros. A Tauros is barging through boulders that are just going straight into destruction. Like, these things are being destroyed by this Tauros. See, this Tauros looks like it's taking a double edge to this rock. And then, as you see in the next slide here, we have a Mudsdale climbing up kind of like a rocky wall that we're unable to get up. It's like one of those, it looks like it's just one of those things that you're just able to call upon. You're just able to call upon it. It's just gonna appear right in front of you. And then we have the next slide. We have a Sharpedo. Obviously, it's not a good picture, but it's the best picture I could get. I guess I was just trying to rush through and I didn't get the best picture, but I wanted to get this out to you as quickly as possible, so I'm sorry. But definitely go check out the video, the new trailer on the official Pokemon channel, and it looks better. Trust me, it looks so much better. And then, I don't know about you guys, but I literally, I screamed like a little girl. We are able to ride a Charizard. Now, if you are not excited for that, I don't know what you're gonna do in this game. I don't know what you're excited for at all. This is the most thing I'm excited for. You could have released the final evolution of the stars. I wouldn't have cared. We're able to ride a Charizard. That is probably the most dope thing I've ever seen in my entire life. So, theory right here. Before I go on to the next 2 slides, one thing I want to say is that I think that there's going to be station Pokemon right before each and every I would say hazards that are coming up, like obviously you can see in the Tauros video, or the Tauros scene, we have the Tauros barging through stones, and that Tauros looks like, I think we either are going to be able to have the Tauros just there ready to be available, or the Mudsdale, the Sharpedo, or the Charizard, or we have something that is similar to the Eon Flute, like in 6th gen and X and Y. I'm sorry, not X and Y, or Rangaruvi and Alpha Sapphire, where we can call upon the Latios and Latias and we just fly wherever we want. I think with this that we are able to, we might, if we have something like the Eon Whistle or something like that, and it's not going to be the Eon Whistle, of course, but we are able to call off a Tauros and help just go through these boulders, or just call the Tauros and just ride the Tauros. And then we also have the Mudsdale. It looks like the Mudsdale could be just right there in front of us, just like the Rhyhorn we're able to ride in X and Y, and the Sharpedo as well. It looks like they're just going to be stationed there, but this Charizard looks like I'm able to ride it whenever the hell I want to, and I bet that better be it. That better be the reason. Pokemon, that better be the reason. But let's transition to the next slide, where we are going into the Japanese version. The Japanese version had 2 extra slides. One was we are riding a Stoutland, and the Stoutland looks like it could be the next item finder. This Stoutland has a green arrow above its head in this, or not green arrow, green exclamation point in this above its head in this slide, and it looks like it could be indicating that there's an item here or that there is a certain Pokemon here. And then in the next slide, it has the red exclamation point indicating that it has found something. The Stoutland has found something. This is the item finder. This is the new item finder. Like, they're not going to give us an item finder. They're just going to give us a Stoutland. Just give us a Stoutland. And then in the next slide here, we have our lighting. We are writing a Lapras English today, ladies and gentlemen. It's like 8:17 in the morning. If you didn't check out last episode, you already know I haven't even slept today. Probably gonna sleep all through today. But let's see. We are writing a Lapras. Like, just not like any normal Lapras. We have a station on it. Like, that's dope as hell. But let's go on the Pokemon website and read what it has to say. Move forward with Pokeride. One aspect of culture in this Alola region is something known as Pokeride, in which a certain Pokemon can help people get to places that they wouldn't be able to reach by using human strength alone. Those Pokemon don't join your team, but they can call on them anytime to receive their help. This practice is typical on the way of life of Alola, where humans and Pokemon are so closely bound together. Now, that's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool description. But let's transition to the next slide here. We have the Island Challenge, your rite of passage. Now, if that doesn't sound like straight power, I don't know what is. The rite of passage. The Island Challenge is one aspect of the unique culture that is developed in the Alola region. Is the Island Challenge, an adventurous rite that involves traveling through each of the 4 islands. This event helps young people grow into fine Pokemon trainers. As the main character of Pokemon Sun and Moon, Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon, you yourself are destined to attempt the Island Challenge. And now, as we can see in the slides, you'll travel to each of the 4 islands here in the Alola region. The Island Challenge is about aiming to be the strongest trainer, the Island Challenge champion. Woo! So that was Professor Kukui talking to us about the rite of passage, the Island Challenge. This looks like it could be the replacement for Pokemon gyms. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure if they have gyms or like this is how we get to the gym. But it looks, we only have 4 islands, and unless there are 2 on each island, it doesn't look like we have gym leaders anymore. But we have the Island Challenge instead. So as we continue to the next slide, we are in a green little meadow place, and right here, right now, we have our first trial captain. Her name is Mallow, and her specialty is grass type Pokemon. So this is basically a gym leader, but it's called an Island Challenge. So this is a trial captain. She says, "Welcome to Lush Jungle, the trial grounds for me, Mallow. I'm gonna need you to find 4 ingredients for me." This kind of blew my mind. I kind of thought about this when I was watching the video, and I was like, wait. We're going to need to find 4 ingredients. So are we going to have to go do side quests to find these people? So, like, I don't know why I'm saying so and like so much. But, like, why are we have to go find these 4 ingredients to battle you or to do something like that? That's actually going to have to make us go out of our way to do things. And I know that sounds pretty cool. That sounds like it could be tedious. But, I mean, oh well. As you can see here, we have more pictures, including Mallow from the Japanese version of the game, or the video. We have her in Japanese text, of course, but we are in the island next to some Seedary and stuff like that. And then we also have her next to Miltank and Tauros, which Tauros looks so cute in the background. I don't know why. I don't know why Tauros looks so great. What it's about Tauros, but it looks great. The Island Challenge trials. To complete the Island Challenge, young trial goers must overcome the trials in store on each of the 4 islands. These trials are not limited to battling with Pokemon. They take a variety of forms, such as fighting items or completing tests of knowledge. You will not be able to accomplish them with ordinary methods. So, as I said before, we had to do side quests to, I guess, do the trial. But the trial captains, our first one is Mallory, is an expert in grass type. She loves cooking, and that seems that sometimes her taste is a bit particular. Now, sorry, again, 8 a.m. But we are here. We are there. Mallow looks like it could be something pretty cool. And then we have our next, I guess, trial captain, is Lana. She is a specialty in water type Pokemon. Her text says, "Look at that vigorous splashing. It wouldn't be surprised to find a fearsome Pokemon one causing it." Now, let's read her description. The Lana is the captain who is an expert with water type Pokemon. She's dedicated to her family and is a reliable older sister who watches her younger sisters. That's pretty cool. It's pretty nice to know. I guess something here that kind of caught my attention as well is that it said that I wouldn't be surprised there's a Pokemon that's causing it. So I'm going to assume that this is their challenge, and that we have to tame this Pokemon, and that we have to prevent this Pokemon from making any more splashes and other things like that. So this is going to be one of their side quests where we have to find for Mallow one of the four of the 4 ingredients, and then this one is going to be having to what's it called, capture this Pokemon and tame it before it unbalances the water and everything. As you can see, there's more slides here, but I mean, you obviously saw that there's more slides here for her in the Japanese version as well. And then we have the next Pokemon, which his name is Sophocles. He's the electric type specialist, and his text says, "Fine, whatever, let's get started right now, right here." So this guy looks like he could be either a straight butthole and kind of like a snotty attitude, or he could be just some little kid. Specializing in electric type Pokemon, Captain Sophocles is good with mechanics and has invented various machines. That's pretty cool. But let's move on to the next one. Obviously you see some Japanese pictures here, but let's take a look at this picture right here. If that don't look like a freaking fish going down on his head, I don't know what this looks like. Like, why make him look like that? That man looks like he's having a fish drawn on him. Like, those aren't his eyebrows. That's a fish. That's a fish. Don't get me wrong. That's a fish. And then we have Cowie, the fire type specialist, and his text says, "You will find that it is a bit different than the trials you have faced to this point, but of the trials you have faced to this point, of course you will attempt it right. My trial will test your powers of observation. There will be a dance and then another." So I'm going to assume this is memorization. This guy is full of memorization and stuff like that. Let's read what it says on Pokemon website. Cowie is a captain of those expertise in fire type Pokemon. Other than his Marowak, he studies the traditional dances that have been passed down the Alola region. So this guy's a fire type specialist, but he owns a Marowak. That's kind of different. It kind of sounds like Marowak is going to get an Alola form where it turns into a fire type. That'd be pretty dope, not gonna lie. I can already see Bruce Wayne coming through with a fire bone club, just throwing a fire bone club right at you. That'd be pretty dope. I'm calling it right here, fire bone club. But yeah, we can obviously see one more slide from the Japanese video here right now. And of course, we'll be going on to the next slide. And it says, "Powerful totem Pokemon await at the end of each trial." So after we do each trial, we fight a totem Pokemon. The first totem Pokemon that we fight is Totem Gumshoes. Now that's pretty cool. I mean, what the first Pokemon we have? Totem Gumshoes. But let me read you the description of what it says for this. It says that I gotta find it. There we go. Totem Pokemon. At the end of each trial, a mighty Pokemon known as Totem Pokemon will be waiting. A Totem Pokemon is much larger than other of its species, and its body is enveloped in a special aura. And now, as you can see in this photo right here, that it is covered in a kind of like a Super Saiyan looking Goku aura. We can see that its defense its defense rose. So we don't know if if it's like just random that it just went for its defense rows, or we can get the next time it's going to be attack, or next time it's going to be special attack, or going to be special defense, or not HP but speed. So that's pretty cool. But one other thing is that it can call upon its allied Pokemon, and as you can see in the next few slides here, we can see that Totem Pokemon can call upon for its ally for help. Yungoos appeared. So this looks like it's kind of like a big boss fight where the boss is able to send in multiple minions to attack us, and those minions can do a lot of damage, and also cause us to go off course from the original boss. It's asphyxiated combos and SOS battles. When Totem Pokemon battle, they summon ally Pokemon to join them. With the support of these allies, the Totem Pokemon become even more powerful, and it seems that the Pokemon other than Totem Pokemon sometimes call on allies to aid them. That's pretty cool. So next, and then after all that, as you can see, I totally forgot this name. The bug type, the grass type Pokemon that we have is also a Totem Pokemon as well. And then that's actually kind of surprising that they didn't talk about the actual Totem Pokemon that they have. I don't understand why they don't have one, unless that one is one and we're just like didn't see it. I mean, there's that, but I mean, we never know. Clear each of the island's trials and battle the Kahunas. I don't know how to say that. It's definitely Hawaiian. But as you can see, we have Hala, the kahuna of the Mele Island, and his text says, old Hala will be here, also be going out. Let the grand trial begin. You are challenged by Island Kahuna Hala, and he only has 3 Pokemon, so this looks like he's the first Hala we fight. And then let's go on and see what the grand trial says. The final trial on each island is called the grand trial. It's the Pokemon's battle against the Kahuna, who lead that island. If a trial goer succeeds in clearing this trial, he or she will probably recognized as having cleared all the island's trials and move on to the next island. So it looks like the second we beat this guy, it's technically the gym badge, but instead of getting a gym badge, we get recognized by the entire island that we've done this trial and that we are moving on to the next island. This definitely looks like he is the first Malala of Mele Island, and he is the first Kamahala. That's pretty sure that's how you say it. Kahunas. But going on to one of the most epic things I've ever seen. Oh, actually, before that, I'm so sorry, but before that, let's talk about Kahunas lead each island. Each of the Alola's 4 islands has a leader called the Island Kahuna, who governs the island. Kahunas are chosen by the Pokemon known as guardian deities, which are also found on each island. Hala is the Kahuna Mele Island, where you have just moved to, and is also your rival, Hao's grandfather. His skills is renowned in the Alola region. He gives you your first partner Pokemon and expects great things from you. So that's pretty cool. But to one of the most hyped things I've ever seen in my entire life, we have a new way to attack. Z formations, or Z moves as people call them. Pikachu is surrounded by Z power. Oh my goodness. Let me tell you, when I first watched this, I was like, bruh, what's going on? These look like they're like nukes waiting to happen. And these are just first stage evolutions. We don't know what could come of these things. But there's also a catch to this, that we can only use it once per battle. One of the items that it has is the key item to move. Key items for Z moves. The Z ring fits on a trainer, and Z crystals are set into it. If a Pokemon holds on to the same variety of Z crystals, the two will be able to resonate with one another. Crystals that correspond with each of the Pokemon's type have been found in the Alola region. So that big giant metal breastplate brace thing that everyone was talking about is for Z moves. In intense battles with Z moves, these two conditions are performing Z moves. A Pokemon must learn a move of the same type as Z Crystal, and it must be holding their corresponding Z Crystal. When you see these moves in action in the game, each overwhelming power move will be at full display, filling the entire screen. Experience the Z-Ring for real on your own arm. Totem International will be releasing a Z-Ring item for sale time. Never mind. You know what? No. I'm not gonna read that. That's like stalling out. It's the Totem International. You can look it up yourself. They're selling us something real about it. Just like Pokemon Go, the whole thing, right? But whatever. It's whatever. Let's move on to the next one. Let's move on to these next few slides here. We have Pikachu first. It's called Gigavolt Havoc. What? Unleash a Z move once per battle. We can only unleash this move once per battle, so this is like a dire like Nuzlocke. I gotta hit this button. Gigavolt Havoc, and as you can see the next screen, it looks like a giant thunder destruction just happened right here. And then we have a Z move for every type. So I'm gonna talk about that later. After this, I talk about this. We have Bloom Doom, but Rowlet is unleashing just a giant flower of destruction right here on a Poplio, which is very unfortunate. And then we have my favorite. This is my favorite move with my favorite starter. We have Inferno Overdrive. This is a nuke. I don't know what you guys are looking at. This is a nuke. This is a nuke going off. I don't know what to do. Like, this is a nuke. Poor Rowlet. He gets literally obliterated. And then we have a new Z move for every type. Of course, we have Hydro Vortex. This thing obliterates Litten. I was heartbroken. Like, looking at this. Like, this is a whirlpool of destruction. Like Lugia. This is a Lugia bomb. But it does say a Z move for every type. So we have one for electric, water, grass, and fire. So that's 4 of the 18 types that we are able to collect a Z move from. So is it only going to be able to have certain Pokemon that are able to learn a Z move, or are we going to be able to have all Pokemon learn a Z move? So instead of just having Pikachu learn it, we can also have another electric like Luxray learn Gigavolt Impact or something like that. That'd be pretty dope. But I mean, let's be real here. It might be just for specific Pokemon, just as the starters and stuff like that. Yeah, that's about it. I mean, this video didn't run wrong as long as the last one, but it's still 22 minutes, so I'm gonna end it off here, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all the support you guys give on this channel. Make sure you smash that like button down below, because it is currently 8:35 a.m. and I am tired, and I'm going to bed right after I edit everything. So thank you guys for watching. Appreciate all the support, and I hope to see you on the next one. Peace.